All right,
guys. We are back, and this is another episode of the Squeeze podcast. This is your host, Juice, and we are
today with Big M in the building. Hey, Big M, how you feeling today?
I'm feeling good. Glad to be here. First and foremost, I want to thank you, Juice, for having me on your podcast. I also want to thank the man above for this opportunity, and thank you all for your support, whoever's watching. And let's get this show running.
That's it. And
I want to say I appreciate you for coming out. It's hard to get a touch at you. You know what I'm saying? Busy. The new ultimate artist out here.
So
let us know what is it about you that got you started on the
artwork path. Oof.
Yeah.
Well, we gonna go all the way back.
All the way. Tell us the story.
So I picked up a pen and paper, pencil, when I was around 7 years old. Just started doodling, got the taste of art, and then I enrolled myself into art school to get more knowledge on like color theories and just to basically know how to draw, I guess, because I was pretty much copying. Then after that, I just started exploring different areas in art.
No, that's real dope. So, wait a minute. You said you enrolled yourself into art school. What art school was it?
It's Montgomery College, School of Art and Design.
Oh, that's dope. So, what exactly were you, learning? Like, what was, better question is, what were some of your favorite classes while you were going there?
Oh, favorite classes.
Yeah.
I want to say drawing,
Mm-hmm.
and also graphic design.
Okay.
By the way.
There we go. What about it?
Which, by the way.
What about it?
I got my bachelor's in that.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you.
There we go.
But yeah, so I got my associates at Montgomery College, School of Art and Design. And then I pursued my bachelor's after that.
Mm-hmm.
My least favorite class, though, is painting.
Why?
I just didn't like it at the time. I liked digital at the time.
Okay, you like digital. So digital was faster? What was it?
I think so.
Okay.
I think so, because you can like pretty much drag and drop a color versus painting. You gotta like
sit and wait it to dry. You
like
gotta prime
mixing, the primary colors to make like a secondary color. You know what I mean? So it was just more work.
I got you. I mean, you probably wasn't trying to do all of that kind of stuff. So so now that you got your own business, right? It's your own business?
Pretty much, yeah.
So tell us about it. Like, what is the name of the business? What are you doing with it? Let us know. Because, I know you personally, but people, they might not know nothing.
Right. So in the art world, I'm best known as Rafi.
Okay.
But on Instagram, you can find me at Designum. It's spelled cleverly, too. So it's DSIGN and then M.
Okay.
And basically, my business just revolves around art. So I'm not really like stuck on one particular thing. You can either do business cards, you can do logos, portraits, paintings, custom shoes.
Okay.
Which is a big one for me.
Yeah, I was about to say I did see those really dope Home Alone Macaulay Culkin shoes, man. What was that like?
Man, it was a challenge.
Okay.
Because the skin tones were very hard to come out.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's hard with skin tones? I don't know nothing about art. I'm a newbie, so let me know.
So with the skin tones, you have to layer different tones of paint. So it all depends. Like, for example, if I were to paint myself, I would have to layer it like white and then pink and then brown and then probably white again. So it all comes within the layers to really catch the skin tone, which is tedious because you can either be too pink or you can be too brown, so I had an issue with that. I also have issue with eyes.
Okay.
It's just very tedious.
Well, something I hear about the art realm, and this is from my sister, she's an artist too. You got to do eyes uneven, which is crazy to me because I thought you would want them to be even, but you got to think about it being uneven because nobody's eyes are ever the same. Did you know that? I didn't know that until my sister told me. So
I did know that eyebrows aren't sisters. So
eyebrows aren't sisters.
That's what I heard.
What does that mean?
So So my girlfriend.
Okay.
She's a
Okay.
esthetician.
Y'all hear that now? She's taken, so don't be trying to come get her. If y'all heard the Instagram earlier, don't slide in them DMs on no craziness.
There you go. Don't get me in trouble, y'all.
Yeah, exactly that. No, we don't want to start no stuff.
So she's in the beauty industry pretty much.
Okay.
And she does my eyebrows, and there's a thing where she nitpicks as she wants to do both eyebrows the same. Mm-hmm. And pretty much in the beauty industry, they say that eyebrows aren't sisters. Like, they're not identical sisters, you know? So that's what I take with me and my art.
Okay.
I always tell myself the eyes probably don't have to look the same.
Right.
Eyebrows too. Mm-hmm. Ears. So it's all little details that I have to really pay attention to. Okay.
So now that you are really into it, what has been like one of your biggest accomplishments that you feel like you've had so far?
Good question. I guess really learning to have patience with art, because I like fast results.
Okay.
But I really learned to have patience and really dedicate each drop of my blood into each work.
All your time and attention, all that energy, right?
Everything, yeah.
Okay.
It's just a whole different world that I enter when I do art.
No, and I feel that because, you know, it's your baby, right? It's like
sure.
You take care of it from conception, and then once it's released, it's a representation of you.
For sure.
Yeah, so it's very deep. It's very, very, like, hard not to, like, put your heart and soul into it and not care about it every bit of the way, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So with that being said, what is, like, the hardest part of it for you in general? Like, what would you say, the 3 hardest parts?
3 hardest parts.
Yeah, being an artist in general for you.
Trying to fit it into my schedule.
Okay.
Because I do have a 9 to 5.
Mm-hmm.
So art is very consuming.
Okay.
It's
time consuming.
Very time consuming. So I try to finish projects in a timely manner, mm-hmm. Because clients are waiting.
Right.
So I guess that's one.
Mm-hmm.
Time. Number 2. Honestly, I can't think of a number 2.
Can't think of a number 2?
No.
So that's only this time management, right? Because everything else is fun for it?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, well, that's good. So, I mean, with it being, how do you keep yourself passionate about it so far? If time management becomes an issue, what makes you, give you the drive to keep going?
My mom.
Okay.
My brother.
Shout out, Mom.
Yeah.
Okay.
My whole family.
Okay, the family is taking care of you. We got it.
They're one of my motivations to really keep going.
Okay.
My second is my clients.
Mm-hmm.
Because they believe in me.
Right.
And I believe in myself. So I gotta really put myself out there,
Yeah, and I mean, you gotta just take yourself. I mean, I would say take yourself out of it, because it is. If honestly, like, think about it like this: mm-hmm. people see what you have as a talent, and it's more so the heart that you bring to what you do than you just as a person. And I know a lot of it becomes personal because it is what you do. You know what I mean?
For sure.
So I think it's great that you are putting yourself out there, because at the Squeeze here, the whole reason we even, tried to grab you to get you on the show is because we want to promote the people here in the DMV who probably don't feel like they get enough support. You know what I mean? Because here it's hard to get a lot of people to get their eyes on you without you having supposedly a name or something like that, where you can go to like Atlanta and there's a community of people that's willing to accept you and, invite you into their groups and stuff like that, and get your work, kind of shown to larger groups. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I'm just trying to build a new mecca for us, so that way we're not, shying away from, doing, our greatest things, and that's following our dreams. You know what I mean?
Right, right. Okay, preach, Juice, preach.
So I was going to ask you, though, where do you see yourself taking this from now after, or what is the dream? What's the dream?
What's the dream?
Yeah.
being a big artist, like
Okay.
you know, Picasso, Da Vinci, Michelangelo.
Oh,
I
so
want to be known like them. Like
you want to be on every level type stuff.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
And I just want to touch all forms of art.
Okay.
I want to be that artist.
That's the type.
Where-
That's really inspiring. So, see now I got a question for you. But go ahead. You said you want to be that type of artist. What were you going to say after that? I didn't mean to cut you off.
Nah, you good. I forgot.
Okay.
Yeah.
So with that being said, so how do you feel like you can touch all those realms and not overwhelm yourself?
I take breaks.
Okay.
I when I have an overload of projects, I step back and I be like, can I really do all of this in a certain time, you know? So when I feel like I'm overwhelmed, I go towards books that can motivate me.
Okay.
You know, I get my sleep, try to eat good,
Of course.
exercise,
Okay.
meditate, you know, all those things is a balance in my life to really not overwhelm myself. And when I do feel overwhelmed, I go to those things.
Okay.
You know, so that's just what it is.
No, and that's good though. I mean, you said some well-rounded things, and I mean, I would say as a person, you should tell other people, you know, that look, take time for yourself. Don't get overwhelmed by, you know, what you feel like is important, because at the end of the day, if you're overworked, you can't even get anything done with those things, right? You know, you're just going to be worn thin, and then you're not going to be able to accomplish not even just the things you want to do, the things that you need to do.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Excuse me.
Right.
But for yourself, what is it that, or how is it that you go back, you know, get back in touch with yourself when, you know, things might go awry, like you have an issue or something like that? How do you get back in touch with yourself to say that the issue is the issue and it's not you?
Good question. Good question. Sometimes I just sit back and I take a look at my pieces. Okay. And I really ponder. And that reminds me of why I'm doing it.
Right.
So taking a break away from it sometimes and looking at it again is like a reminder of my purpose. I recently went through a difficult time in my life.
You want to talk about it?
Yeah, I want to talk about it.
Okay.
My mom got diagnosed with cancer.
My condolences.
Thank you. It was last year, and it was a very tough year for me.
Okay.
But I really tried not to show it.
Okay.
And I kept the show running, and it's still running to this day. But see, like those situations like that, I sat back and I really connected with God, and I asked for strength and to just keep going, you know. It's just something that keeps me going. I can't really like drift away from it because art is really my therapy since that terrible news, you know.
Yeah.
So
definitely.
It's really my therapy more so as a job.
Okay. No, and then I mean, and you know, we our prayers definitely go out to your mother. I was gonna say then, with even that though, is it because that's tough, and I respect all of your strength to keep going through all of this. I was gonna say, even with it being your therapy for all of that, do you use that to, you know, both bring the joy that you have inside, both to yourself and to your mom?
For sure.
Of course, you
For
know
sure,
what I mean? Because
sure.
I know for a fact that your mother has to be proud of everything you're doing. So I would say it's even more beautiful that you have the strength right now to go, you know, to come out and even have this kind of conversation. Right. Most people wouldn't even be able to do that. They would be crippled somewhere. And I just want to, you know, pay as much respect as I can to that.
Thank you.
Because no, it's really amazing. It's really a strong story to share. Because my mother, she went through a cancer battle as well. It was a brain tumor, malignant in the top of her skull. So it was a very trying time. This was 2013.
2013.
Yeah. It was really hard. Actually, no, excuse me, 2012.
2012.
It was right before I graduated from Bowie. But I know that it was so hard for me that it was one time I was in school and I was just like looking at a wall and it was just like completely overwhelming.
Yeah.
And I didn't know what to do. And the next thing I know, like I blacked out.
Yeah.
Right. And then the next thing I know, when I came back to, I had a bloodshot eye. And it's not like I went anywhere. I was just right there sitting in the room. I just think my brain shut down for a second. And it was just like
it happens.
Really overwhelming. Yeah.
It happens. And
like it's the fact that you're just like, you know, keeping up with your own health and everything, keeping yourself in check is amazing because for myself, it was hard at that time to, you know, go through all of that. So again, kudos to you.
Thank you.
And I don't want to, you know, drag this on for too long. So going through all of that though, what has it been like in your journey, just in life, to navigate that kind of thing for you, like with your mom and still trying to maintain?
It makes me go stronger, to be honest. I just want to prove to her that I'm going to make my name known in the world. And
Mom, I hope you're hearing this.
Yeah, I hope you are too.
Yeah.
But I had to relocate my studio to her house.
Okay.
Just to be closer to her every day. So she sees me working every day.
That's good, though.
And I always tell her, this is for you. And it's just sacrifices that you have to do. You know?
Hey, listen, and it's all beautiful. So I was about to say, what, you working out the garage now?
Nah.
It's okay.
I mean, that would be a vibe, though.
You know what I'm saying? You know, a little 90s throwback little situation.
Exactly.
It wouldn't be too bad.
Make sure it ain't too cold in there, though.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you know, it's wintertime now out here, so we'll wait until the summer, and then it'll be a true vibe.
Oh,
you know
yeah. But nah. I'm in a room at her house.
Okay.
You know, in a little corner with a bed in the background, but I'm going to make it work.
I was about to say, yeah, people, make sure y'all go out and support. We're going to drop down and put all your information on. She already gave out the Instagram. We'll put down the Cash App and everything. We want you guys to show some support, show some love, because Big M is doing big things out here, and we want to make sure that those things can keep rolling. I was going to ask you, too, where does it, well, you know, starting out, what type of, like, what would you recommend to a new artist, you know, emerging?
I guess grab pictures from the internet and just try to copy it. Okay. Not tracing it, like freehand. That's just the way I learned.
Okay.
I drew almost every day just doing that, and that helped me perfect the shapes, you know. So the way I draw, I can see shapes, which makes it easier for me to draw. So I feel like if you just grab a pencil and paper, start drawing every day, perfect your craft, you can. That'll open doors to new opportunities in the art world, such as painting, tattooing, you name it. It's just really just put your all into it. You
know, you got to put your heart and soul into it.
You really have
So you don't step into all of those games? Let's talk about it. You saying stuff. What else you done did?
I've been practicing tattooing.
Okay.
I stopped last year, though, because of the situation.
Well, what happened?
My mom.
Okay.
So
moms, yeah, definitely.
I'm planning to get back into it.
Okay.
Maybe later on this year, if things slow down with projects, because I am currently working on a few right now. So,
how many we talking?
Oh, we talking probably like 3 in line right now.
Okay, I might say, relax, y'all. Don't give her too many commissions. We don't want to. We don't want to overwhelm the girl. Nah.
I'm trying to get into tattooing, y'all.
Okay.
But
shout out for the tattoos. We're gonna have a tattoo party. Shouting out the Big M.
You know it.
Hosted by the Juice. We're gonna see what's going on. We might even put a video together. Let's see.
Hey, you never know.
You never know.
But yeah, so that's what the future is looking like.
Okay, but what other realms of art have you touched though? So we know.
Other rounds? I try to do sewing.
Oh, you try to do sewing?
I tried, yeah.
What you knitted? Knitted a little sweater for Christmas?
Nah.
Okay.
So it had to do with customizing shoes.
Okay.
So I took off the Nike sign off of a shoe and I sewed on the swoosh that I cut out.
Oh, that's dope. So what is it? Well, I mean, hopefully we can get it. We'll see what that looks like. We're gonna try to put that in here for you guys to see, because that sounds actually amazing. Yeah. But go ahead, tell us how that went. So you sold out. You sold on your own swoop.
Right.
So was it multi-layered? Like, what was it that was different? I'm confused.
So to put the swoosh on the shoe, I glued it and then I sewed it so it can stay on there. But I don't know nothing about sewing, so it was a bit challenged. It was a challenge, you know. So
sewing machine or hand?
Nah, hand.
Hand stitching. So that's what I'm saying. You was about to make a sweater out here too.
That would have took ages, man.
You know, just a little knitting. My mom does sewing. That's why I was interested in that. So if you ever need some tips, she actually teaches a class and everything.
Oh, word?
In DC, yeah, actually. So if you're interested, you know.
I sure am, because I want to do my own clothing.
Okay, well, there you go. You got somebody, you got a whole teacher, 50 years under her belt. She loves to teach. So
okay, we're gonna talk about that.
Yeah, definitely. And then what else? You just said sewing.
What else have I done? Painting.
Okay.
Remember, I said I did not like painting.
You said you didn't like it, but what's wrong? So okay, you didn't like the time frame, but if you had to, okay, would you prefer to just draw, stencil? I guess, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Or would you prefer your art to be on a wall with a painting? Or matter of fact, even airbrush?
I've done airbrushing.
Oh, have you? See, there we go. That's a whole other realm right there. You wouldn't even talk about it. Okay. You was spray painting in the dark. Let's see.
So I've airbrushed on shoes.
Okay.
It's actually pretty fun.
Okay.
A whole different vibe. It's faster than painting for sure. But yeah, airbrushing is pretty cool. Okay.
So in the long run, because it seems like shoes is your main game, man.
It is.
How many shoes have you gotten done?
Oof. I want to say a good 20 pairs.
20 pairs.
In the last 2 years.
Okay, we got to see them. We're gonna link that in here too.
For sure.
So with the shoes though, are they all refurbished? Are they brand new? What are they usually like?
Sometimes they're new. Most of the time they're new.
Okay.
And sometimes they're used.
Okay.
And I just, refurbish them if needed.
But they're all original design though by you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got you.
So like, I do primarily Air Force Ones from Nike.
Y'all hear that? She be stomping them Air Force Ones. They need to burn.
But I do Vans too.
Okay.
Once in a blue moon. What else have I done? No, that's pretty much it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that's the main game, is the shoe game, right?
The shoe game.
Shoe game. Okay.
People just keep coming back for the shoes. So.
I mean, listen, if they got to get the M selects, you got to keep it on the M selects. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So have you set up a website for them so they can start putting in them commissions?
I have.
Okay.
Which is designem.net. Which I'm pretty sure Juice will put
we're gonna link you down.
Link right there.
We're gonna link it right down in the description, y'all. So don't just wait for it. You know what I mean?
There you go.
Yeah. So you did the design yourself too on that?
Yeah. But
we gotta check it out.
I gotta rebrand right now.
Okay.
So.
What you rebranding? What's up with the rebrand?
It's a little overwhelming, my website.
Okay. What's wrong with it?
It's just too much information. I feel like it's just all over the place.
All right, give it a week.
Y'all can still check it out. Though.
Give it a week. Okay, she said check it out. I was about to say give it a week. I was about to say it's under construction.
It's under construction, as well as my Instagram.
Okay,
I'm rebranding right now.
It's a whole rebrand. We about to see some new stuff. But you was also talking about getting into all walks of art. So what would be the next venture after tattooing?
After tattooing?
Yeah.
I don't even think I thought that far.
You haven't thought that far? You got to have the 5-year plan.
Well, I'm trying to work on not jumping into many things without mastering them.
Okay. That's 10 years. They say that to master something, I got a book on mastery right over there. To master something, it takes 10,000 hours or 10 years.
Oh, that's good information.
Yeah. So I mean, to be honest with you, I would say get to like a good intermediate level, and then walk on over. Because if you, what I learned also my doing mental health is there's a thing called memory association, and the way that people really evolve over time is they pretty much focus. They have certain groups that they associate their memories with. So, for example, if you were a gymnast your whole life, right? But you started to do cheerleading and all that other kind of stuff. At the end of the day, all of the things that you did that were activities will all be athletics to you in your mind. It becomes muscle memory. You get what I'm saying? So if you're just doing a certain line of things, like you're saying, you're doing art, but if you're doing art in certain realms and different things, like for example, if you're just doing sketching and stuff like that with your hand, if you start bringing that over to digital art, you're going to see things that you wouldn't have seen if you didn't sketch in the beginning. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
For example, if you were doing photography and you switch over to videography, you're going to see things that some videographers might not know just because you worked in, a still setting rather than a video setting, and vice versa.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I see where you're going with that.
Yeah, so you connect new dots as you move along, and even myself, I've done the exact same. We had to rebrand. I went from Juicy Shots to the Squeeze. So you know what I'm saying? Like it all works though, but it's always to keep yourself a little bit flexible and to not be too afraid to go along the course. Because another thing here is we just trying to motivate everybody to become the best version of themselves.
For sure,
every day, and in every way.
Yep.
Because also it's
be better than yesterday.
And you're only competing with yourself.
For sure.
As
me versus me. Y'all know that song?
Yeah, exactly that. Because because I always say this, the narrative nowadays is always like, you gotta, keep up with the Joneses for the most part. Like everybody's making more money than you, or this person's doing more, or going this place that you can't go. But it really shouldn't even be that. It shouldn't even be like a question in your head that why am I competing against that? Because guess what? If you didn't never go on the board and you never thought about it, but your friend just went to board and you saw 2 pictures, but now you're like, well, damn, why didn't I go? Why does it matter?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It doesn't. You know what I'm saying?
I think the way I think about it is competition. People are too busy wanting to compete with you, and I feel like that's what it is around here in the DMV.
I would say that's America in general, to be honest with you. But go ahead. Go ahead. Let me see what you're thinking.
So I feel like competition starts off at the bottom and connections start up at the top. So once you reach to the top, it's like you're now connecting with other people. But in my head, I'm not competing with anybody right now. I'm competing with myself.
Right.
Like I said, me versus me. So I feel like that should just be applied to everyone.
I hear what you're saying.
You can't compete with everybody else.
Nah, I would say this. I would say the most powerful thing, though, you said it too, and it's not about even getting to the top. Is the most powerful thing you can do is connect to other people.
For sure.
The more people, and I'm not even saying it doesn't have to be quality people, because everybody's like, everybody's talking about the high value, all this other BS. Granted, you do want to keep your circle small, like the people you really deal with on a regular basis, but you do want to be able to be open with any and everybody, because you never know who you're going to affect.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out right now, too, to Akira Toriyama. You know what I'm saying? That man just passed away. That's the artist that started Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
Man passed away. Literally is stopping crime and violence in different countries right now. They are having, like, the Mexican cartel put down their guns. And shout out to this man, just so that way they can be in celebration of his passing. Because and then what was even more crazy is he passed and they didn't tell us for 7 days, because he passed on the 1st. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, we didn't know until yesterday.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was very crazy. So at the time of shooting this, y'all, today is the 9th actually now. So 2 days ago, they announced Akira Toriyama's passing, and honestly, he had been gone since the 1st. Very crazy. Very wild.
That's crazy.
And
it's like the media. Sorry to cut you off.
No, you're fine.
The media just wants to show certain things. They choose what they want to show. You know what I mean?
They definitely do.
Because we hear about killings and all these other things.
Like the first minute it happened.
Right. So that's sad. That's sad. That
100%.
They announced it days later. It's sad.
And I was about to say, but we got to talk about how his art really changed the world, though. This man told a story, to be honest with you, though, that had been told a million times, but so well that nobody else could do it again. And then it became legendary. Literally, to the point where I'm gonna repeat myself, but he is stopping crimes. Just because I didn't even know this until after he passed, but it was the fact, a known fact in like Brazil, I think Mexico, and all the places with like high crime rate from like drug cartels. Anytime one of his episodes came out, the crime rate would drop to damn near zero.
Word?
Because they would be at home watching it. They would not go out and do anything like bad to anybody. They would just be at home watching Dragon Ball Z.
That's just the impact he had on everybody.
And that's what I'm saying.
That's amazing.
And listen, that's where you got to go. We're gonna see you up there. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Big M, y'all listen, this is y'all seeing her right now before it even happened, but
we manifesting it right now.
You know what I'm saying? Listen, I believe in you that much. So that's what I'm trying to tell you.
Thank you.
No problem. So now that we talk about it, have you thought about going into the comic line?
Nah, I've actually never been to one.
I mean like creating one. But no, you should go to a con too. I've been to a bunch of those, and those are absolutely amazing. I think you would have fun. Yeah. I mean, because not only do you get to see people, portray the art, in life, you can go to like panels and stuff like that. Most of the time, you'll find one or two artists. Before COVID, you would see some of the top artists there, because like Kishimoto, which is the dude who made Naruto and stuff like that, would come out to America. But you would see artists and they would tell you about how their drawing style and stuff. So it's a lot of different stuff to learn there too. Yeah. Okay. Even if it's like a little day trip, Right. And even shout out our homeboy Timmy the Kid. He loves going to them things, man. So, if you ever looking for one, just talk to that man. He'll definitely let you know.
Speaking of him, he's the one that actually purchased the Home Alone.
Oh, really?
So he's the one that challenged me for those.
Okay.
And he believed in me. So shout out to you, Timmy.
Shout out to you, Tim. We big love to you, bro.
Yeah, man.
Since we spun it back to that, so you said the color gradients was the biggest challenge.
Yep.
And how long did it actually take you to get it all done?
I'm glad you asked that.
There you go.
We get into the good part, y'all. I want to say it really, really took me about 3 weeks.
Okay.
Mind you, I have a 9 to 5, so I was waking up early to get those shoes done. But yeah, I think it took me about 3 weeks. And if I'm wrong, I may be wrong.
I might say, don't sue her. Don't sue her.
It may be longer or maybe shorter. I'm not sure, but I want to say an estimate about 3 weeks.
And that's great, though. I mean, listen, anybody watching, I just want you to know, real art should take time and work. I know y'all see a lot of this amazing stuff on Instagram and stuff, but let's be real. Some of that stuff is hyperlapse. And then the stuff that's not, these people have been doing it for way too long. And, listen, we all are emerging and learning and growing people. So, bear with us, give us our time, give us our grace. We ain't perfect. As
an artist, I learned to really appreciate other people's work and time. Those Home Alone shoes, I did a reel that was, I think, 3 days long, and I cut it down to 30 seconds. So imagine all that work that I had to do that.
You cut the video down to 30 seconds. Yeah,
that's time-lapsing the thing,
Yeah, no, I know you have to do stuff like that because, that's attention spans nowadays. That's the problem.
Literally.
Too quick.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, because like even... Let's spin it back to this, and people might not even be talking about it now, and they're like, "Why is he bringing this up?" But like the slap with Will Smith, you feel what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
It happened so fast, and people stopped talking about it. But until Jada came back up, everybody was talking about that slap again.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But
like the focus shifted
so quick, but it was a big thing because at the end of the day, why did that man need? He didn't even need to go up there and slap that other man. You know what I'm saying? Will never need to slap Chris Rock because at the end of the day, if he did, once he did, guess what? This shit hit the fan. And now he shouldn't even have stayed with Jada after that. For real, because she just out here embarrassing him. But we're not even here for that. We're not here for that. Let's not get on that tangent.
It's because we will go on forever.
Yeah, it would be a little bit of a minute.
Right.
Do you see yourself taking any time to venture into, like, I want to say maybe digital art and anything in that realm?
So I actually am dipping my feet into that. Again, because I have a bachelor's in graphic design, so I've became familiar with doing album covers, which I'm...
Oh, album covers?
Yeah, so I just did one for a local artist.
Okay.
I actually did 2 for him. I've done business cards. All these things I consider is digital art.
I was about to say, shout out, y'all. If y'all need some album covers, I wouldn't even think about that. But album covers, what else you doing? You said business cards.
Business cards, logos.
Logos. We doing AI photos, all of that
Nah,
not the AI. Not that deep.
Oh, but speaking of that, actually.
Okay, what's up?
AI is actually crazy.
No, it is. It's absolutely insane. I think
it's crazy
that people don't do. So listen, y'all. I think that you all need to take your time and really look at what's going on with this AI stuff, because in the next couple years, to be real with you, it's gonna be the mainstream. And if you're not in it now, and I mean like right now, I mean put a little dimes of it. Like if you are somebody with a little bit of more than some dimes, put some real change into that.
Right.
Because it's, if you didn't know yourself, it went from a out of nowhere business to a $17 trillion business in a 2 years time span.
I believe that.
You know what I'm saying? So let's just say the money is literally sitting right there.
Technology is just crazy nowadays. And I feel like in the future, AI may compromise many artists, because you can literally go online and tell AI what to do. You know, like I don't know, this is an example, but I want a pony in a forest, pink tail. And AI will literally do that for you instead of actually going to an actual artist and have this drawn for you. So I feel like it affects artists in that way.
Oh, it's affecting them big time, because I mean, just like you're saying, some of your commissions, like the logos, could be at jeopardy and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, it's just like, okay, well, I mean, for example, people who don't have the ability to, draw and things like that, I know they're seeing it as, okay, well, I can get my imagination out there a little bit quicker.
Right.
Which, kudos to you. But at the same time, what is it the point? A lot of people are doing this stuff just for, the gram too.
Yeah.
But if you think about it on a larger scale, businesses will cut out regular artists because they can just pay somebody in the company to just go Google that and put this what we want in here.
Right.
You know, and then that'll be the end of that.
Right.
And then as long as there's an algorithm, it's gonna keep busting. And but the thing is though, I would say we got to shift though. All of us is gonna have to take that shift. We're gonna have to change with it.
Yeah.
Like you might have to get into digital graphic design. You know what I mean? Like you gonna have to learn how to code a little bit and be able to, because you're gonna have to talk to the AI and make it unique from everybody else's stuff. So
I don't know. I mean, it could be a possibility, but I just feel like I appreciate art too much to the point where I like personal pieces.
I hear you. Have you tried that AI though?
I have. Just
oh, you betrayed yourself.
I'm guilty. But no, I haven't used it in any of my work stuff.
I got you.
I just wanted to see how it worked, and it amazed me because it really puts artists' work at jeopardy.
It does. It definitely does. Because I know I've seen that Mid-Journey. I don't know if you ever seen that. It's like a Discord one, but it's really amazing. Like somebody put in there like they wanted a hyper realistic, like Tom Cruise looking something, and it came out with Tom Cruise looking like the Terminator or something, and I was like, oh hell no. it looked like him in real life though, like his actual self. Oh, I stopped the recording by accident.
Oh shoot.
Let's take this as a moment.
I wonder how actually have been pretty popular. I just did a Valentine's Day sale and it went pretty well.
Okay.
I did about 15 canvases, all in the span of a week.
What was the hottest canvas? What was it like?
Really getting the designs down and getting them done before the due date.
Okay.
But with the canvases, I do paint in acrylic.
Okay.
Not, what is that medium called? Acrylic pour. Have you heard of that before?
Nah, I don't know what acrylic pour is. That like the one where you like pour it over it?
Yeah, like you literally pour the acrylic on it and then you like move the canvas or you blow dry it to a certain design. But no, I did not do that technique on these canvases that I just did. But I have done that technique for one of my clients, which that was pretty fun too because I had to really come up with a design. It's more of like abstract art.
Okay.
But when I do canvas work, I work primarily in acrylic. I do want to explore working in oil. Not just on canvases, but I'm moving more so over to like wood panels and stuff like that. So I want to get my feet into oil painting because I hear that that's very popular and a lot of artists back then used to paint in oil. And
what's the uniqueness about painting with oil? Because I've never heard about oil painting.
Okay, so a little insight on oil. I heard it was easier to mix colors with oil because oil versus acrylic, acrylic dries faster, so it doesn't give you the opportunity to really mix colors. Whereas oil, you can mix colors and apply them onto the canvas layers by
like
layers.
A little easier.
Right, and it's not dry. So I really want to experience that.
I'm about to say I want to see it. You gonna do an art show? Little art gallery?
Maybe.
Okay, we gonna see it.
I gotta come out with a series that really touches me because lately I've been just doing client work. You know what I mean? So I'm not saying that I don't connect with client work because I do, but I want to figure out my own style. Okay. Like I want to dedicate that art gallery to me, you know, so you guys can connect with me.
Right. You can get a little piece of you. So I was going to say, when do you give yourself some time to grace yourself with your own artwork? And what I mean by that is, when do you give yourself a little bit of time so that you can create just for you?
That's a good question. I really haven't had that opportunity. Just because commissions have been coming in back to back. Right. So it's like people want shoes, people want canvases, people want drawings, people want videos. It's just been strictly client work. So I plan to really stop commissions. Okay. Maybe towards the middle of the year to really connect with myself and try to release my inner self and feelings that I haven't been able to release, and see where that takes me. So maybe a art show, maybe the beginning of next year, I'm hoping. Okay.
Look out for it now, y'all.
Yeah. You guys are more than welcome to come. Okay. It's going to be an experience that I've never really experienced before, so.
Well, more power to you. You know, you got to step out of your realm a little bit. You can't be too shy now. Exactly. Because if you are, you know what I'm saying, you never know what you might be able to, you know, overcome, might be able to see, what might you be able to experience, because life is, you only live this one life, so you know you got to make the best of it. And I would say go for what you dream for. So yeah, art show next year. We waiting for it, man.
Yeah. It sounds easy, but it's nerve wracking. It's scary. It's you know, but I tell myself I can't block my own blessings.
100%.
So I just gotta go for it. You know?
Definitely do. So okay, now. So I heard you did some wall art. So you did spray paint some walls. You was out there tagging graffiti. What was up with it?
You know, I've always wanted to, actually. I don't know if y'all familiar with the artist Banksy.
Banksy? No, I'm not personally.
Okay, so Banksy is an artist that doesn't show face.
Okay.
He does arts on walls, and I hope you tag some of his pictures in here.
Okay.
So you guys get to get a feel of what he does, but he pretty much does like art on walls, and you just don't know him. I don't know him, so I like that mysterious part of him doing that. But I did try to get myself into graffiti. I guess I was scared to get in trouble. So
you wasn't ready to go out there in the middle of the night with the ski mask on.
Right. Right, or get arrested, or you know.
I understand.
But
you only live this one life, right?
Yeah. YOLO.
Can't be catching no cases though.
Yeah, I know, right? But I do want to get into wall art, as in, like, I don't know if you guys drive by the area and y'all see like a big giraffe on a building. I want to get into that stuff.
Right, like I would say like even
murals.
in DC, murals in DC, you see a bunch of them, and I think they're amazing. But it's like I the time and energy that's needed to make one of those is like really crazy to me, because I'm just like looking at the scale of them sometimes, and I'm just like, ain't no way. Because tell me, how would you conceptualize something like that? Like, how do you put that on a wall and just be like, okay, this is what I see?
Well, it's just what the business is actually asking for. So I was trying to get myself involved into doing one of those, and they were revolving around an idea of bringing a community together. But I never really got the opportunity to really draft a piece. So the way I would do it is give myself some time to draft a piece and really try to connect with the community around the area. Going about the wall art, that will be completely new to me. I know I'd have to rent some equipment, like a scissor lift,
Of course.
So
unless you learn how to fly, Peter Pan style.
Right. So the type of paint, I'm not sure what they use, to be honest. I'm just a rookie at that, but I'd love to actually do that one day.
Nah, listen, I would love to see it, because I remember when I was still riding the train heavily, you would see all that graffiti and stuff, and then I'm not too sure any of the artists' names, but it was like one when you're getting past Fort Totten, I would say, and you would see like the Supermen together, and they have like, it spell out a name or something like that. But that was like really dope. There's a bunch of other ones, but yeah, I mean, listen, but the time and energy that goes into making those things, I think that graffiti artists were probably like the first mural artists that deserved to get paid.
For sure.
Of course, a lot of them went underpaid, and it was a nuisance to other people, but I think it was beautiful. You know, it's always perspective, though.
It's funny that you say that, because I know this artist, not personally, but I really connect with this artist. I think his name is Dan. He's the one that came up with Cause. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but
what's Cause?
It's the figures that you see, like, for example, Elmo, I think he does, where they have the X's as eyes. And he started off as a graffiti artist. So I feel like most of these artists really step out their box, and they start with that. Which is completely fine, you know, because graffiti art is something different. But yeah, I can really connect with him.
Okay, because I was about to say, but you said something important, though, because even becoming great, you definitely, you know, you need to touch different walks of life. And as much as I like to say here, you do need to limit yourself as well, though, because as much as you want to be great, if you're trying to do everything at the same time, it's no way you're going to accomplish anything.
Right.
So a lot of those people accomplished something amazing in one realm, and they were like, okay, well, let me let somebody else accomplish something, and let me take it somewhere else. And that's what, like, if we reference back to what I was saying, it's just like I was saying, if you accumulate knowledge in one certain thing, if you take it to other places, you can utilize it and see things in a different way, and that might make you the greatest in that field, because you could see it in a way that other people could never see it, because you came from a different walk of life.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, like, for example, it was a NASCAR driver, I believe, or something like that.
Okay.
And he was driving. No. Wind it back. Some of the newer NASCAR drivers got their job because of video games. You know what I mean? Because
Word?
they were, and that's why they made the whole Gran Turismo movie. Yeah.
Ah.
So it was a lot of these video game drivers getting hired by NASCAR. Just simply off the fact that they could run these laps and stuff with, like, you know, shaving down time, because all of that's a simulation to driving. And then guess what? They start driving and they actually start winning. So knowledge transfers. You know what I mean?
For sure.
It's just all about where you apply it at the end of the day.
Right.
But no, you were saying though. So wait a minute. Let's get back to your art, because I'm getting a little tangent. I think there's something that you were saying you were a little proud of was your charcoal art, and let us know about, like, what's so only thing I know about charcoal art, and it's gonna sound messy, is when people do charcoal art, they usually lose their clothes and they're just marking each other up and going wild in the sheets. But now let's talk about the real charcoal art. What's that like?
Well, charcoal I really enjoy because it's a medium where I'm able to work well with my shadows and values, and it's black and white, so it's easier to really capture those things. It's also a medium where you have to use like materials to smoothing it out.
Okay.
I feel like I'm really good at it. I could be better though. I have, like, I guess my proudest piece is the Scarface one. Biggie.
Okay, Biggie.
Biggie in the house.
There we go.
Yeah. But those two are my proudest pieces. I do want to do bigger scale charcoal drawings.
Okay.
It's just such a pleasing medium where I can interact with many different materials to make it a piece.
Okay. I was about to say, do you feel like this, like that charcoal art itself is like a little bit more impactful for you?
In what way?
Well, I mean, like, does it strike your creativity a little bit more? Because it just, and I could be wrong. I'm just seeming like it's like you're a little bit more passionate when you speak on the charcoal art. And I mean, again, I could be wrong, but like, does it hit you a little bit more at home when you accomplish a charcoal art piece?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I guess it gives me faster results.
Okay.
At the same time, I'm satisfied with how the drawing comes out. So charcoal art is how you make it. So you can really not put a lot of details into a drawing, but it'll still come out good just because it's charcoal. You know what I mean? As long as you got, like, your values good, then you're good. But I'm trying to hit where I'm able to recreate a jewelry piece in charcoal. With
just the charcoal? So, like, you do gold flakes and stuff and all that?
I haven't tried gold flakes with charcoal, but I do want to, like say this watch. I'll turn it black and white.
I say, hold it up to the camera for them.
You see this watch? So I'll turn it black and white, and you see, like, the shadows and the brightness and stuff. I want to capture that in charcoal. Okay. So it's very tedious because charcoal is messy.
Yeah, it is. That's what I was about to say. Maybe, that's why I thought you liked it. You know, so you can make a mess.
I like that too, but
I understand.
My clothes will get ruined. My clothes get ruined.
I'm about to say you gotta bring throwaway clothes for that kind of art. I would suppose, right? You gotta bring clothes that you know is not gonna come back with you. Like.
So it's funny you say that because I like to wear white when I do all my works because I don't know why, but my white never goes like dirty.
Okay, I say never gets marked.
No.
Never, not once.
My gray sweaters that I wear. Yeah. Okay. I hate that though.
But not the white. Though.
Not the white.
That's crazy.
Right.
You live in a clean life. I'm about to say the artist is gonna be like, "Are you doing it yourself?"
Sure.
They're gonna be questioning like, "I don't know. As much white, I get dirty."
Right.
Okay, so you said you do the charcoal art, but so if Okay, I was going to ask a similar question. I was going to say, what is the most impactful art to you? But what is it that I would say has touched you the most being an artist?
What piece or what medium?
Either. Well, let's do both.
Let's do both.
Let's do both.
The touchiest piece that I feel like has impacted my life. Honestly, I can't really pick one.
Okay,
I connect with all my pieces.
Okay. Well, tell us about a couple of them that touch you more, I guess, or maybe that's reminisce through your head a little bit.
That Home Alone.
Okay, because it's the one that hit you with the most details, right?
Yeah, and
I got you. And once you got it out, it was just like, boom, I did this.
Right. It gave me the opportunity to connect with the music that they used in the movies. Okay. I watched the movies while doing the work.
Okay.
I was in full Christmas spirit when I did it. For sure.
Okay.
For sure.
You would really immerse yourself, though.
For sure, yeah. I got involved with the Home Alone, personally.
You was about to go to New York and go to Trump Tower, too?
Hey,
I don't think that's
my
out
shoes
there
made
no
it
more.
there.
They did. They definitely did.
My shoes did.
I was about to say, I don't know if you can go up in there like that, though.
I don't think you can.
Yeah, you gotta have some of this.
But yeah, it did. They did make it to New York. My client did give me that satisfaction to put them out there.
I mean, listen. You gotta reach. Like I said, you don't know who you're gonna reach, but you gotta put yourself out there just so that you can reach as many people possible. It is.
It's all about networking.
It's all about And again, I think that networking is a better word. Is connecting with people. That's it. Yeah. It's all about connecting with people because networking is just talking to people that you feel like have potential to make your thing go further.
Right.
So it's just communication. You bear with me 1 second. I'm sorry. Got a vibration. I'm gonna cut this out.
Okay, cool.
I hope you know that. I got the power to do all of that. Huh? No, we was gonna go. We're going through this. We're gonna go through this. We're gonna add the 40 minutes, and then whatever we get through with this, and then that's the episode, right? I don't want to hold you hostage, right? You good? That sounds good to you?
I got all the time in the world.
Okay.
Yeah, you tell me.
No. I think we're good. But
okay.
If you have any other addendums or anything you want to add too, just let me know. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
As far as what she was saying, she's just trying to make sure that we're staying on time. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so we talked about your tattoos and also the acrylic. But what is it that, if you were, well, let's bring it back. When you started your art, who was your biggest mentor? And I guess what was something that they told you that stuck with you till today?
I don't have one.
You had no mentor? Not even in school?
Nope.
Nobody to show you the way? No. So you've been your own mentor?
By my own, yeah. Till recently, I just I just connected with someone at work. Okay. And he's the one that told me to pretty much believe in myself and keep doing what I'm doing. His name is Juan.
Shout out Juan.
There you go. That's my mentor. I told him to. Okay. But he really enlightened me with his words and all the positive things that he told me, and it's just going to stick with my head forever. But before that, it was just all me.
Okay. Well, what was something that Juan told you other than just believe in yourself that stuck with you? You said all of the words. So what's one of the more powerful things up in that head?
That I'm destined to connect with people.
Okay.
That my art, to not stick to one medium, as in like not just sticking to painting or not just sticking to drawing.
Okay.
He said that he feels like my purpose is to connect with people. And so I feel really strong about that because I really like connecting with people. I like to know what people are doing, supporting them and what they do.
Right.
You know what I mean?
100%. I definitely do.
I'm really a big supporter. So that really stuck with me and what he told me, and just everything he told me. It was just an eye opener. Okay. It was like an angel sent from heaven.
I got you.
So yeah, that's my mentor.
Well, that's definitely good. And I was going to ask you this one. This one might be funny, but what are your opinions on and how do you feel about abstract art? Are you going to get into that realm too?
Abstract art. Art is art, and I'm all for it. You know? Abstract art, sometimes I have trouble connecting with it.
I was about to say, it is something different because, like, let's say this, right? And I'm gonna tell you the reference afterwards. Let's say you went to a gallery, you saw a red wagon, a chair, and an umbrella tied to it. What would you think about it?
A red wagon and a chair. Is the chair in the wagon?
The chair is in the wagon. The chair's upholstery is an American flag, and then there's an umbrella with an American flag. Just to give you pure scene.
What's the background?
I believe it was a white background.
White background.
Yeah.
Obviously something to do with America. That's for sure.
It definitely has to do with America, but I wouldn't.
Maybe America's drowning.
I wouldn't really know, but I just know that piece itself sold for maybe a little over $250,000.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
I think it's just all about the artist and who they are, because at the end of the day, their name is
definitely
probably
matters.
big.
I was about to say, when you get a chance, I would say look up Colin Chase. That's my sister's late father. He passed away a couple years ago, and he was really big in New York. He did a lot of different contemporary art and abstract and stuff. I looked at his abstract art, didn't really understand any of it. But I just know that, a lot of his stuff was powerful enough to get him all across the globe. So, this art stuff can definitely take you guys to wherever you want to go. If you're an aspiring artist, I just want you guys to know, I'm just talking to you right now. Don't fear, putting yourself out there, because at the end of the day, everybody's just trying something new. They're putting themselves out there. They're putting themselves at risk. And scared money don't make money. And if you're not in it to make money, you can't reach an audience if you don't allow yourself to be put in front of people.
That note. And
go ahead.
I feel like art is very vague. So an artist can make a painting and they have their own meaning to it, but the viewers may interpret it a different way.
100%.
And that's the beauty of art, because that's the way how people connect with the piece, with the artist, So don't be afraid to display what you create, and don't be afraid for others' opinions on your piece either, because you just have to be open-minded when you're in this field. Reason being is because that's just how you gained people to like your stuff.
100%. And I think that that's an amazing thing you just said right there, because I think that even like myself with this is an art form, I would say. I think that people are afraid to tell me if I'm doing something wrong, because I had some issues, and right now we streaming live in 4K, so it's a different story now than what it was. Right. But I was having some issues where we were having some stop video and stuff like that, just like little drop frame rates and all this other kind of stuff. But nobody really let me know until I had an interviewee. Shout out to you, Kevin. Shout out to my man, Kevin. He was a really good guy. I had just met him for the interview, to be honest with you. But he's doing amazing things. CDL, that's Advanced CDL Driving Academy. I got it memorized, Kev. And he's doing all that over there. But I really respected the man, because he's going out of his way to take people from being in prison, and he spoke about it. He was going into the prison systems and finding people who were about to get out, and they were on a positive path frame. And he was getting them scholarships for his own school, so that way they can learn how to get the CDL and have a job as soon as they got out of jail.
Wow.
So that way, they weren't, going recidivism, which means going back to jail and stuff like that.
Okay, shout out to you.
Yeah, man.
Shout
So
doing big things.
And I even think, listen, that's even an art form too, because you got to drive that big ass truck. I ain't trying to do that.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I just think that what you're saying is a really, really key to gaining your success in general.
Yeah.
And I was going to ask you now that you're saying all that, because you're in this aspect and in the mind frame. If you were a mentor yourself, what was some advice that you would give somebody that just started out just like you?
Don't give up even on hard days.
Okay.
It's crucial for you to create on hard days, because these hard days are what creates you. I feel like during the hard days, you're able to connect within yourself more. You learn about yourself more. So I feel like it's crucial to really practice what you are destined for. And there may be doubts down the road, because I've had many of those, but I kick that thought out my head and I just keep going. So really staying on top of what you do and what you create, and being loyal and true to yourself always will get you far in life. Definitely that.
You definitely got to, you map things out and then take things a step at a time, because trying to do too much at one time will overwhelm you. And we talked about that earlier.
For sure.
I'm sorry.
No, you good.
Like we said, we talked about that earlier. You are also saying something that a lot of people need to hone in on. And I was going to ask you this, though, is after you gain all that success and stuff, how is it that you celebrate yourself, so that way you're not overwhelming yourself even after you're making those wins? Like, what would you do for yourself?
What am I doing for myself? Good question. I don't think I really celebrated myself just yet. But what I guess I do is treat myself to dinner.
Okay. Because I mean, you do have to take in those accomplishments, because even the Home Alone shoes, any of those murals that you made, the acrylic work, all of those things. Every time you make those small little wins, not to say that you need to go out to dinner or treat yourself to a candlelit little thing at the house with wine and all that. No, I'm just saying, like, you got to congratulate yourself. Thank yourself.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
For
Take
sure.
a moment to say that, I really did this, and acknowledge that. You
For
know
sure.
what I mean? But it's
important.
also taking a vacation too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Taking a break when it gets a little overwhelming, when the commissions are coming in too heavy.
Right.
Because people are going to be people at the end of the day.
Yeah.
They're gonna want a million and billion things from you.
Yeah.
And you do have to just again limit yourself to truly be great, because if you try to do too much, you're gonna overwhelm yourself.
For sure. Yeah.
And we don't want you to be looking, like you're strung
like I'm
out.
dreading it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's got to stay your passion. It has to continue to be your passion even after you do 100,000 paintings, 100 million photos. Who knows?
Right,
you know what I mean? It has to be able to be comfortable and stay that way. So you got to be able to celebrate it.
I always do.
Okay.
I just sit back and I just be like, damn, I'm proud of you, Em. That's it.
Well, definitely that, and make sure you keep doing that for yourself.
For sure.
Can you talk about when you felt like there was a moment of doubt in your journey of going through all of this, and like maybe you might have wanted to switch, like, to something different?
Yeah. That camera stopped.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Just made a sound for me. Just go ahead and talk. I'm gonna
All
turn
right.
it back on after you're done.
So
It needs a break.
I feel like, let's see, I want to say the middle of last year or beginning of this year, actually. I doubted myself, and I have those days where I just really start to think and rethink again if this is really what I want to do in life. And then again, I step back and I look at my work and I just reconnect with myself, and I'm just like, you know what, this is for me. Because every time I take a break from what I do and I pick up a pencil and I get back to it, it could be like, I don't know, like 2 weeks from now, I still have that touch. It's not like I can't draw anymore.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I feel like it's just instilled in me to do this. It's destined for me. It's my purpose. It's what I am brought to this world to do.
Okay, and I don't want to make you feel like you got to retouch it, but what did you feel like the moment of doubt stemmed from? Like what came from it? Like what was it? Like what got to you that made you feel like you needed to be doubtful of it?
The lack of support.
Okay.
In the DMV, I just felt like
not enough eyes was looking.
Right, and I let social media get to my head. Not enough likes, not enough views, etc.
Well, I mean, those are vanity numbers because it's also, like we were talking about earlier, all these algorithms and stuff. So they bottleneck you and stuff like that. Because even myself, like, I was on a journey to get to like 10K, and it's been a struggle. You know what I mean? But sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't.
Right.
And you never know what's going to, particularly pop for people. The best things you can do for yourself, and I have a video about it, is to try to make yourself go viral. And the things of that is, like we were talking about earlier, is to catch people with short attention spans because they don't want to watch a 30-second video, which is crazy to me because 30 seconds doesn't even seem like a long time, but
apparently it is.
It's 1,000 years in some people's mind.
So that was, I guess, bringing my doubt in. The lack of attention and the lack of support and all that stuff. But I've recently learned that to not depend on that,
of course, because like I said, those numbers they're not doing nothing for you.
Right.
They're not paying no bills.
Right. So I just learned to really congratulate myself and just just feel satisfied within myself, and that is enough for me to really push that doubt away.
Right. And then get back into what's really important, right? The purpose, the goal, the mission.
For sure, the dream.
The game plan.
Yeah, but later in the future, I do want to travel. And I want to bring my art to different states in the U.S. and just connect with people in the world and just really put myself out there.
And we're going to make that happen for sure. We got to make it happen. You know what I mean? Where's your first place you planning on going?
Cali.
Cali. Okay.
Cali's a place.
Okay, why Cali?
I've always had a fascination with that place, and I've been there. I've been to San Diego. I've been to L.A.
San Diego's dope. I like San Diego. You went to La Jolla Beach?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's really dope. Yeah, with the seals.
The houses there?
The houses are amazing.
To die for.
Yes, but I mean, you better watch out because that's about to sink. So, you might not want to fall into the water with the rest of it.
Oh, those prices out there are insane.
It absolutely... I'm about to say, just to rent an apartment it's like $3,000 to rent an apartment.
That's wild.
A studio, y'all. You're not even getting a bedroom. You're getting a studio.
Right. So that was my main place to go because there's a lot of artists out there, and I just feel like the support over there is true. Like there's hella people out there, and they're just very humble, and I just feel like I want to go there at least one day or two and just really connect with other artists. But other than that, I want to go to New York.
Okay.
I do want to connect more with like my fashion side, just to get a taste of what that is. You know, that's an art too.
It definitely is. I'm about to say it's a lot of work too. But I was going to say, since you're saying it like that, why have you thought about doing an art tour? Like, taking some time, not saying too much time, because I heard you worked at 9 to 5.
Right.
But
there's vacation time.
I was about to say, yeah, and just go to like, some art shows and stuff. You gotta spread yourself to learn more about the craft and,
For sure.
see different avenues. I was gonna say, like, I know that they have, Fashion Week in New York,
right?
Which is a 2-for-1 special. You can go to New York and go see Fashion Week,
right? They have some in Paris.
Yeah, I mean, it's several different events you could just go to. So, is that something you'd be looking forward to?
Well, I didn't, but now that you said it, most definitely, yeah.
Yeah, you gotta think about it.
I gotta like expand.
I was about to say, I think it's even an art cruise. Pretty sure there's an art cruise. I'm pretty
and if
sure.
there isn't,
there will be.
There you go.
There will be. About to make one popping, because I mean,
right.
Listen, if they have cruises for the mom and pop shops and all of that other kind of stuff, and people want to be wild, Girls Gone Wild 2.5.
Right.
You know what I mean? There's definitely an art cruise now, because I mean, what is it? There's, and I know somebody told me something, because you meet people when you're traveling, and they always talking about something.
You been on a cruise yourself?
I've been on one cruise.
I've never been on a cruise.
So I'll tell you this about the cruise line situation. Cruises are fun. Right? Give me a second.
Really have. Should I pause?
No, you're good.
Okay.
My screen just went out because I haven't touched it in a second.
Okay.
You're good though.
So I don't really have time to really be with her, So I guess it interferes with our time. But at the end of the day, we both know that we're doing it. We have to really connect within ourselves to really allow to love each other, for us to love each other.
Okay.
So that's self-love is first, always, and then you're able to love everyone else after that.
I was gonna say, so what is it that you guys do to, I guess, keep it together, keep it strong? Because, like you're saying, it's hard, it's time consuming. But what are the positive things? So give us a little something, not too much, so you can still have your show too.
We travel.
Mm-hmm. Travel together.
Travel. We go on dates.
Okay. I hope you make every date feel like the first date.
For sure. Mm-hmm. For sure. Because when you're away from your significant other, you're really tied into yourself. So when you go back to your significant other, it's like, oh shit, it's like I met you yesterday.
Right.
So to keep the flame going, we just do dates and we travel, and we just talk. We really talk to each other about our businesses and how things are going. But it's really crazy how people really think that since we live with each other, they expect that we see each other 24/7, but it's really not that.
Oh, what is it like?
I just see her during the morning, and at nighttime, that's it.
Okay.
There's no time to really talk.
Okay.
So coming to an understanding between us two has really helped me in my journey, because art is really time consuming.
Okay, and I hope you don't mind me asking, but do you ever felt like either one of you guys' art, or business and passion has come between the relationship at all?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
In the past, yes, because I didn't know how to balance that.
Like the two lives, you
right?
Would say? Okay.
I was more so going towards my art, because that's just what I love.
Okay. So how did she get you to get your head together?
Because she saw that I was overwhelming. I was overwhelmed and I was in a bad mood, and she would just be like, you need to relax. Like, you need to not be too hard on yourself. And so I decided to really figure out that balance in my life, to be able to be with her, and just be with myself, like not my artistic side, more so of my personal side.
Right, and just be expressing yourself through your words, maybe, and your actions. You know,
Right. But
because I was about to say, no, go ahead.
No,
You
go
had
ahead,
something?
go ahead.
I was about to say, because sometimes, as an artist myself, I know that you can get wrapped up in your own headspace a little bit. And this one went out again. You can get wrapped up in your own headspace a little bit, and with that being the case, you lose track of what's going on outside yourself a little bit.
yeah.
So it's good to tap back in to those that that are around you, that especially the ones that love you. So that way you can reconnect and rekindle whatever originally started the love.
Right.
Because a lot of people get lost in the notion of what it is that they want from somebody and the expectation, and not really accepting the person for who they are and all the beautiful goodness that comes with them and the wonderful flaws as well. You know what I mean?
Oof. That's deep. That's
Yeah,
deep.
no, it is, and I think that you guys are doing beautifully. So again, shout out to you too.
Thank you.
And I wish you guys the absolute best. I wish that you guys keep it going, and we hope to see the YouTube channel with y'all, cooking and throwing pie at each other's faces and stuff. Who knows what else y'all have going on?
No, we don't do that.
Okay.
We don't do no pranks or none of that.
None of that stuff?
Nah.
You gotta keep it funny though too.
Yeah, I'm thinking. Yeah, I'm scared for her pranks though. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, she's sinister.
Oh,
She might get you.
I suck at that stuff.
Oh, why? Why you say that?
I get caught.
But it's you gotta stop putting the smile on your face. You gotta have a poker face.
I tell on myself, man.
Oh man.
But yeah.
Listen. Get somebody else to do it.
I also have a YouTube channel.
Okay. What you doing on there?
It's not really.
It's your art
It's like
channel?
my art stuff, like my drones, pretty much. But
okay.
I haven't posted in a while.
I was about to say, let's go back to that drone real fast. So what's the imagination with that? You said you want to touch places like nobody else's have seen. Like what are some of the places? Like just give us like two maybe.
Okay, so my parents are from Guatemala.
Okay.
And so I want to document the poverty over there.
Okay.
And pretty much how my parents grew up and where they grew up and like deliver to people what it is outside of the United States.
Of course.
Because it's definitely different. And I've learned to really treasure what I have here.
I would say, listen, if you ever travel outside the country, you would definitely at least appreciate the world that you live in now, the convenience that you have, and the obvious opportunities that you're given, just being an American. But a lot of people I take that for granted because most people nowadays have never left their own little town.
Right.
Or some people tri-state area. I don't know what people are afraid of because I mean, it's the same all over the world. People being people. It's not going to be. Granted, it might be a different language when you go someplace, but people got good spirits everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And if you're one of those people that don't have a good spirit, then you can go someplace else. You know what I mean?
Right. So
go ahead.
In Guatemala, I just want to capture like drone footage over there. I also want to create art, like mural art over there too.
That would be beautiful.
I'm pretty much posting more on Facebook because that's where most of my audience is.
I would say this, and not to cut you off.
Yeah.
You got to post on all of them at the exact same time.
For sure.
As much as listen, and I got to take my own advice at this, but even with the brother Kyrie Tutek, shout you out from the Real podcast because we've done some work together. He often is in my ear telling me, bro, you got to wake up early. You got to post, even before everybody wakes up. Yep. And it's just like, I'm always there for that. I'm always there for that. Sometimes when he's telling me, I just don't have the content. You know what I mean? But now we on a new wave. We're going to have this content. We're going to be pumping it out on the regular because it's no point. Ain't nothing to stop it but, yourself. You know what I mean?
While others sleep, I'm up.
Exactly. Doing the work. You got to do the work.
Yeah.
Because who else is going to do it for you?
Nobody.
Nobody. No.
Oh shit, getting the vocals out.
Man. So as we are kind of getting towards the end of the show,
My boy Juice.
I wanted to ask you, what are some of the things that you got planning for the future as far as projects that, the people can look out for, people can be interested in, and come and find you on your lovely Instagram, YouTube, and all your other apparatuses?
All right. So I really want y'all to look forward to an art show. Okay. I've never done an art show. I don't know if it's going to be solo or if it's going to be with other artists, but please look out for an art show. Because I do plan on creating pieces, personal pieces, and I'm really trying to connect with myself in that way. I'm not even going to spill the beans, but we are planning. I mean me, myself, and I.
There we go. All the personalities up in there.
There you go. We're planning to really connect within ourselves and come out with an art show that will be memorable. And I know a lot of people don't really go to art shows, so I really want to get myself out there so y'all can come through and see my work.
I'm about to say show love and support.
For sure.
And then that was, I think that was 2. You got one more?
One more.
Or I think that was your 1, actually, the art show. Yeah, your 1.
That's my number 1 goal.
That was number 1 goal. We got 2 more.
Got 2 more. Tattooing for sure.
Okay, so we'll get back on the tattooing scene.
We got to get into that. Too many people are waiting for me already.
I was about to say, let me ask you this. Have you, and this is just a little tangent, have you thought about doing some of those anime tats? Because look, now it's going to be hot. That's all people going to be wanting.
Honestly,
it's going to be the shading like a mug, man. Because listen, like I said, we talked about Akira's gone. Yeah. So Goku and Vegeta going to be real in that.
They're going to be popping.
They're going to be like, bro, I need it now.
Right. Hey, I'm open to do any tattoos.
Okay.
Portraits, cartoons, animals, you name it. I have no limits.
You have no limits, so you tatting face. I mean, you going to tap people's faces too?
I'm gonna master that.
Oh
yes.
God.
That's a challenge for me.
I just don't understand it in the first place, because why do you need your face tattooed? What is the goal? What is the
I think
I don't get it.
I think, well, it all depends on the purpose, because personally I will get my mom's face tatted.
Okay.
If one day she passes away. I would definitely do that. So I think it just all depends on your purpose.
Okay. And I would say this, and never to knock your goals or dreams, but whatever you're going to do when she's passing, if you got to be ready to do it in this life too. So if you're going to get her face tatted, better do it now.
Yeah.
Better do it now.
She's against tattoos, so.
Okay. I'm about to say, well, then don't do it.
So she's against tattoos, but I'm going to pursue that career.
It would be funny, though, if you did come home with a tattoo of her and she's just like, well, I can't be mad. And
it's me.
If she puts her face the exact same way as the picture, it would be perfect.
Yo, for real. I'm like, my pose. But, yeah, that's my number 2. Tattooing for sure. Like I said, people are already waiting for me, and they keep asking me when I'm going to get into the industry, and I feel like I'm just not ready yet, just because I'm still trying to perfect my eyes and my eyebrows and all that other stuff. So we're still waiting. I still want to practice more drawing freehand, because I don't do tracing and I can't trace.
Okay.
For nothing.
That's okay.
Number 3.
Get that line work up. That's what you gotta say.
That line work, yes. I am a very precise person. I am guilty, but I am a perfectionist, and I'm trying to.
I'm guilty.
I'm guilty. I'm trying to drift away from that, because being a perfectionist has slowed me down a lot. So I'm veering away from that. Number 3.
Yeah, what you got coming? Let's come on. We looking for you. What you got coming?
That drone license.
Okay, the drone license. So what's that like? What's the drone license like?
A lot of studying, a lot of memory.
Well, what do you need for it? That's what I'm kind of trying to get to. Like, what would you need to get a drone license?
Oh, the knowledge. Just gotta know how to read the maps.
Okay.
Your limits.
Okay.
Say, cause you can fly without a license, but I guess you can, like, I guess a drone officer can come by and be like, is your drone registered, or do you have a license to fly? And it's just those things that I want to avoid. Okay. So I'm like 2-3 steps ahead. So I want to get my drone license and just be on the safe side.
Yeah, not a problem. How much is it, the license usually cost?
So I paid for the program that I'm studying. I think it was like a good $300-400.
Okay, not too bad. I thought it was gonna be like buying doing the gun license. No, gun license.
Oh, the gun license. How much is that?
It's about that, or I think it's about $700 now, but depending on where you go.
Oh.
Yeah, but you know, that's what the only reason I was curious, because it's about the same at this point. Drones are about I might get some. Listen, anybody in the comments want to flag or say any mess? Right. It's just about the same regulations as owning a gun. Is what I was about to say.
Could be.
Yeah, because it's like even because you, as much as we think that it's just DC, you can't go to a lot of the states with drones now, especially because, like you were saying, like even Miami just banned drones.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I think that's what.
Yeah, Miami just banned drones.
It's just because people are abusing the drones.
It is a catch-22, because as much freedom in art as you can come from it, there are going to be people with bad intentions. For sure. They're going to be the bad actors.
For sure.
Because
and they ruin it for others.
They definitely do. Because like as soon as they came out, I'm not going to lie to you, like the first thing I thought about is there's going to be super creeps everywhere.
Oh yeah.
If you got a drone and I got, like, let's just say I wanted to be open air with my little, slap in the cheek situation. Right. Now there's a video online, man in his house slapping the buns, gets caught on camera. Why are you watching me in my house?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
right.
I'm doing my own thing. Like, you shouldn't even be watching me. But then it's like, it's not even just that. Yeah, think about it like that. Like this. The worst thing I thought that ever came out in technology, at least when I saw it, was the Apple AirTag. Right? Mm-hmm. Because why do you need random trackers that are magnetic that can go on anybody, right? Because people were using it to steal cars and all this other kind of craziness, right?
Right.
Now let's combine it up, right? Let's throw an AirTag on somebody and then use the drone to follow them. Exactly. It's no getting away from like anything at that point.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. There's those kind of thoughts that have to come into your mind a little bit too. Granted, I'm not trying to say think bad, but those are like the things I could think of that I wouldn't even want a drone around me for those kind of reasons.
Right. Again, it's all in your purpose and why you are doing it. Mm-hmm. I'm doing it more so of like displaying and putting a view out there for people that don't know. So like Guatemala, for example.
I would say, listen, I like, and as much as it might be my own head, but I think that a really good thing that you could probably shoot with a drone, and this is just me, you could do a real hyperlapse video of a building being made from like ground up.
That'd be interesting.
And nobody else could be able to catch that kind of thing, because they would need either a camera and they would have to continuously elevate themselves with the building, or you would just have to fly out there every day and just catch it.
Right.
While they working. You know what I mean?
Right.
But it would be dope. This is something, and that probably could go viral, because think about not even just the applications on it being like something people could see. Businesses will buy that.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Because like, oh, look at how fast our company puts some, like, y'all didn't do that in no XYZ minutes. Y'all know y'all didn't do that.
Right.
But they trying to show efficiency. You know what I'm saying? So it would just be a large term. But again, like you said, it's perspective.
Right. It's a lot of possibilities in the drone industry. Mm-hmm. But I want to tie it in with my art stuff.
Okay.
So I don't think I would be shooting for like companies and stuff. Maybe just to get the experience and like flying different ways and flying through obstacles. Mm-hmm. But I'm trying to do the connection between me and my art, and how can I deliver a message to my audience.
I just had another little weird idea now.
What?
No, don't listen. If you steal it, I just want you to know, put some juice on the picture, okay? Uh-huh. All right. So I was just like, okay, well, you was talking about getting into murals, right?
Right.
Why not combine mural creation once you figure it out now?
Right.
And then flying the drone, use a drone, make it completely Huh?
To capture me?
I was going to say make
murals?
the drone do the complete mural for you. That's your brush. Who did that?
Elaborate more.
Okay, so for example, because I've seen all these drones with different attachments. You attach the drone probably with an airbrush, maybe even a paintbrush. I don't know what utensil you're going to need.
Right.
But let's just say you use the drone to draw the entire thing, no matter how big the building is. You was talking about the scissor lift. You don't even need a scissor lift. You drone it the whole way. And it has the camera.
That's wild. That's a whole nother level.
Yeah, I just thought about it right now as you was talking about it.
That's just another door open.
Yeah, because I was just thinking, like, I don't think I've ever heard anybody said this is a completely drone operated, painting. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Damn, that's like
it's an avenue nobody's opened up yet.
I'm about to copyright that.
Okay, go ahead, take it. Listen, all I want you to do is throw some juice on there.
Yeah, I'm going.
You know what I'm saying? Because I just threw the idea.
Juice.
Now listen, if y'all see it, listen, March 9th, 2024. If y'all see it out there, and I don't got no juice on there, we coming. We coming for you.
Nah, for sure. For sure, Juice got the idea.
Okay. So, I mean, as we wrap it up, I don't want to cut you off too fast. Is there anything else you wanted to share with the people? Any quotes or anything? Any lovely words of wisdom?
I just want to say thank you guys for watching. If you guys watched through the whole thing, don't give up on your dreams. No matter what life throws at you, you got to remain humble and take your breaks when necessary. And always believe in yourself. Because if you don't believe in yourself, people can't believe in you.
And that's a 100%. Big M, we want to thank you for coming out. You have been a treat and a pleasure. I hope that you've had yourself a good time. This has been another episode of The Squeeze. And if you want to, my bad, real quick, give them your Instagram, YouTube one more time. And I'm still going to link it down below. But, memory association always works best for people.
So my Instagram is DSIGNEM. So design them. My YouTube, we can link that because I really don't remember the name.
No problem.
But my website is www.designem.net. Yeah. Again, that's all my socials. Facebook. I made a page. You can follow me if you want. Again, Designem. I think pretty much all my platforms is Designem. I'll send Juice the links over to all of them.
All right. That's all good. All right, guys. This has been another episode of the Squeeze. I'm your host, Juice. Big M, you want to say peace out? All right now.